this soon to be WWE Championship feud, Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes. I really like the realism angle that they are taking with this, with Kevin jumping Cody in the parking lot and relying on fans to catch the footage. I'm sure they had some fans planted out there to make sure the footage
probably,
was
they ain't gonna never like
they're not gonna do it for nothing. So they have that. They have Kevin trying to say something on SmackDown, his mic getting cut off, the little altercation between himself and Randy Orton. Apparently, Kevin put out on his social media today that he had a video that he wanted them to play on Raw. They didn't play it, and he's saying if they don't play it on SmackDown, then he is going to post it to his own social media. So Kevin is basically going with, he didn't turn his back on Cody. Cody turned his back on Kevin.
I like that. I actually love that.
So this is one of those, we may be called Triple H Glazers, but this is one of my favorite things when it comes to Triple H booking that certainly wasn't there when Vince was. The concept of clear-cut babyface and clear-cut heel does not exist. Now, obviously, you can see who the good guys and bad guys are generally. Like, for example, Rhea Ripley, face, Liv Morgan, heel. But there are, situations where even in their storyline, Rhea injured Liv. Liv came back, got the title. Like, so, there's real motivation for the heels that aren't terrible, as in just, I'm a bad guy to be a bad guy, which I think is in the case with, the best movies.
I'm so sorry to interrupt the podcast. I'm watching the Liberty game, and I'm a Liberty fan. The people that don't know, I'm a Liberty fan, and Sabrina Ionescu just hit a Steph Curry step back for game and almost had me jump off the seat. But I'm listening. I'm back now. Oh my God! I'm sorry. I'm going to tell
showing some love to the ladies. Hey, it's a live podcast. That's what happens. But so, the thing that I love here is Kevin Owens. It's going to be the heel here, but he's going to be not sympathetic is the word, but it reminds me a lot of like Marvel with Thanos, where Thanos was the best villain in Marvel because you don't agree with him, but you could follow their train of thought. Those are the best villains. Those are the best bad guys, where their train of thought makes sense. And you don't agree with it because it's clearly bad. Like Thanos, I want to wipe out half the population. Clearly bad, but I followed how he got there. Kevin Owens, I'm excited to see how he got to the point of turning on Cody Rhodes. Do you have any thoughts to that?
Yeah, and I don't know if you've seen what he said on social media. I think it was yesterday. He made like a minute and 45 thing on social media, and it kind of like how you saying like a Thanos thing. It's not like Thanos is the villain, but his message of why he wants to do what he wants to do makes sense because of what happened in his homeland and stuff like that. So kind of portraying like he's an anti-hero, and I think that's kind of what Kevin Owens is attesting to when he did his thing, like pretty much the anti-hero-ness of him, because he's saying, well, I'm not the villain, well, I'm not the bad guy, Cody Rhodes is the bad guy, which if you think about it using logic, he could be right, because this man put his body on the line for Cody Rhodes for so long, for Cody Rhodes out of nowhere, when the guy who been screwing Kevin Owens over over and over again, he teams up with him. So in kind of way, like one thing that I'm saying, that I don't like about AEW, that I love about the WWE, because AEW try to throw pie in our face. They try to like they switch things up and they act like we stupid. See, the thing about WWE, they don't do that. And what Kevin Owens do is something like that also, because he got a good point. He makes you think by saying that. Like me and you would think like, what he got.
So do you think his reason is going to be probably some form of like a serious sit down where he says, it was just, I couldn't understand why Cody would team up with the guy who has held us down for years and years. And it just didn't sit right with me that Cody Rhodes was willing to team up with a guy who took food off the plates of my children, and like you really buy into it, and
I agree with you 100%.
Go.
I think because it that's what leading to, and I think it's leading to to be honest with you, this is all, in my opinion, I know we probably gonna get to it in a little bit as far as what this situation is, but it's all leading to who really is the heel behind this, who really is going to be the heel behind this, and it's really leading to Randy Orton being the real heel behind this, because right now we're actually getting to the point to where
you think he's been planting these seeds in Kevin's ear?
Yeah, he's been planting these seeds, or he there's a couple of things that you could see that's been going on that you could see it, and then really, be honest with you, the real heel is Randy Orton. Randy Orton's going to show his face. Randy Orton's going to, because I know that promo that you talked about, and we were looking like when he said that, we was like,
again, I don't know if it was this past Friday, the Friday before, had his hands all
over there, yeah. So it's like he's been showing you clues, and he even said it the week before, like, hey, it's not me, you don't have a problem unless it needs to be a problem. Unless it's a problem. So right now, what Cody's kind of causing the friction between him and Kevin Owens, and then Kevin Owens beat him up because of the Cody stuff. I really see, like I told you, I think we do see a double turn. I think we see a double turn where, Pianchu, in the next couple of weeks when we have this podcast and Cody's, Kevin Owens going to be back babyface, and Randy's going to be the one that's going to be heel.
So I think that Kevin never really fully goes heel. I think he just sits at this anti-hero, and I think Randy does go
heel. Yes, 100%.
The one concern that I have here, because I think we're headed towards Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes at Survivor Series, and maybe again at the Rumble, and I think we're headed towards Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. I think the John Cena Randy Orton at WrestleMania isn't happening. I think we're going to go some other direction, which is fine. I know a lot of people wanted it, but if this is the overarching story here, it's a better story than just John Cena and Randy Orton for the fucking fun of it.
Right. Yeah. Right.
But and plus, that could lead us to getting a heel Randy Orton versus a face John Cena at some other later date. Yeah. My one concern here is, and it's not to say that he's not capable of it, but WWE needs to let Cody Rhodes match their energy as a face.
Yes.
Because if Cody Rhodes is the dumb, happy-go-lucky baby face during this, the fans are going to cheer for Kevin, and they're going to cheer for Randy. And Randy and Kevin are going to get their cheers to begin with, but they're going to turn on Cody. They're going to want him to lose the way that they wanted Super Cena to lose to Edge and Randy Orton and in those situations. So I think it's not to say that Cody can't do it. It's just to say, let's be sure that Cody is going to do it. And is going to match their energy. He's done it before. We've seen him, with Roman Reigns and with The Rock, and, on that one Raw where he called The Rock a bitch or something, and just matched him at his level. And I have no doubt that they will, but I think it is necessary.
Yeah, I think that's something that you told him. I think that's something that we talked about a while ago when you asked me about them turning on Cody. I think that's something that we talked about, and you brought that idea up. And I think, to your point, this is what leading to it, because the more sense that Kevin Owens make, the more that you can see that happen, because he's making so much sense of with his promos that he did on, over the phone and stuff like that, and then the Randy Orton stuff. Because when you actually think about it, though, Cody does look like a fucked up friend. He does.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense.
Well, so that's my thing, though. If Cody's going to be your face, you need to have something good for him to say back to that of because his response is going to be, I was just trying to get rid of the bloodline. It wasn't about Roman. It was it's people are going to pick sides. And me and you talked about this. It's I get why Kevin's mad. And I hope that you're right, that it kind of leads into the whole Randy Orton was in his ear being vindictive, and they were having conversations, and Randy was like, I just, I'm there, but I just don't know what he's thinking. And he was the one kind of putting the thoughts in Kevin's head of Cody's an asshole. Because I hope we get a Kevin saying, and Randy agrees with me. And he just throws it out candidly. And it's just one of those, like crumb trail of like,
that would be,
how do you know Randy agreed with you?
I ain't gonna lie, that right there would be phenomenal. If he comes on Friday and says that would be perfect if he says that, because then that puts another layer to the story.
Like, you said to me, it's not a problem. It's not a problem, and then Randy has to weasel his way out of it.
Exactly. That's chef's
and then
that's perfect.
In ring aspects, Kevin and Cody are gonna kill it.
Yeah,
I mean, 100%. There's no doubt about that. I think we see an apron powerbomb at some point in this feud, whether it is Survivor Series or Rumble. I don't think this match main events Survivor Series. No. I think it's a middle of the card match, actually, because I think the women's War Games will open it and the men's War Games will close it.
Yeah, so I think a second to last. You get the crowd, you know what I'm saying, ready for that. You know, so I think.
Well, I don't know, because I think we could be on a Gunther Survivor Series.
It's gonna be stacked. I think Survivor Series might be that card might be like 8, might be like 7. Still, you think still 5? Think still 5?
Maybe 6.
Maybe 6.
Maybe because 6, okay. though they're gonna load up the War Games matches for sure. I think you're gonna get Rhea, Liv, Bianca, Jade, Io, Kai. Like, they're all gonna be in there. The men's, it's gonna be Jimmy or Jey Uso, who'll be the Intercontinental Champion, will be in there with the OG bloodline versus the new bloodline. You'll have CM Punk, Gunther. You'll have Cody and Kevin, and then I think, maybe we'll probably end up getting a Nia versus Bayley versus Naomi triple threat.
Yeah, I see
that's
that.
kind of where I lean that.
I don't know. That's 5 great. That was 5 or 6. You gave me
that's
5.
Right? I just gave you 5.
That's I'm good with those 5. That 5 is
because I think those 5 will take time. Yeah, especially the War Games matches take time.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Even with like Rumble, I'm only expecting 5 or 6 at Rumble because it's 2 Rumble matches.
Yeah. Do you see? Okay, so do you think that they do Kevin, Cody, Survivor Series with Randy special guest referee, like do another one of those? They have been doing a lot of special guest referees, so
I don't think.
Do you think he factor in at any type of point of into Survivor? Do you think like he's going to be more involved in this? Like, not especially.
I think that like if we see him, he is out there but doesn't side with either of them, and then after Cody wins, RKO.
I think for sure. It just depends on,
and maybe at Rumble, I could see that more likely
because I don't know what they're gonna do, because as far as if we do, because I'm in
they need something for that Saturday night's main event too, and I think Cody's gonna be the headliner of that.
And I think that if they do, I think Cody should drop the belt from to Randy if they do it, because I think a Randy
Cody back to back Royal.
Yeah, right. But then again, I can't say that because we don't know what Rock doing, and then he negated those reports about him not being at 41. He said that was bullshit.
I mean, so anybody that believed that the Rock, the TKO, like a board member at TKO who petitioned for WrestleMania to be in Vegas because that's where TKO is at. Whoever thought that Rock wasn't competing at 41, like, what a dumbass. And that was Meltzer, right? What a dumbass. What a dumbass for that.